Alright, hello Riven mains and Yasuo mains alike. I am the Nightwing, Way of Life Esports, coming at you guys with another League of Legends video. So, I just want to apologize for last night, guys. That was supposed to be a special moment for the channel. I was supposed to be putting up my special Halloween Day video for our very first holiday on Way of Life Esports, and I messed up. My computer didn't update properly, and my microphone and headset weren't really properly playing audio, so I recorded a 30-minute video for our Halloween special for our first holiday, and it didn't work properly the way I wanted to. Yep, I'm sorry about that. Please forgive me. You know, stuff like this happens. It's not all the time. You guys know that I've constantly trying to give you guys something nice to see on the channel, and I missed our first holiday. I'll make it up to you, I promise. But what I was gonna originally show you and then give you in this video is that I was gonna talk about my favorite Faker moment, and from one of the best games ever played at the World Championship in terms of a best of one standard. You had the group with Cloud9, SKT, EDG, and AHQ. AHQ day one had upset EDG, putting them at 0-1. SKT had taken down Cloud9, and that means that Jensen got clapped. Part 2. Yes, Jensen got clapped again, and that means EDG and SKT have a long storied rivalry spanning since 2015 when EDG took down SKT at the MSI. Also, you had SKT crushing EDG 2-0 at the 2015 World Championship. They hadn't ever faced each other since then, actually. They've kind of just been on different paths since then. And then when they clashed again, it was incredible, and that led to one of my favorite Faker moments, and this will fundamentally show people you never ever give up in a game, even if you're 10,000 gold behind. Also, if this is for solo queue, if there is a dancing Rift Herald in your base, then you probably want to give up. But other than that, there's always a way to get back in the game, and this play from Faker, Wolf, and the boys shows me that you can always never count SKT out. And this is my favorite Faker moment from one of my favorite best of ones ever in the League of Legends World Championship Series. Let's watch it. Also, we have some news here for you guys, so that's also nice too. So I'll definitely be working on making that video up to you guys. I didn't know the sound was not working when I played it outside of the video, but let's go right now. Let's have some fun.
They have control wards if they wanted. Rek'Sai around the left, it's around the right though. That's going to be a turret.
It's time to pull the trigger. They do so. They grab the turret. Now they can move back to the Mountain Drake. Then they can set up for Baron Vision. The path is clear for EDG. They'll take down the Scuttle Crab in these last remaining moments, waiting for that Drake.
They're getting a third Mountain Drake. They already got the first Baron. That was huge for them to actually get a bigger goal lead. They're saving the Drake for now. They got two already. Bang is hiding. He's coming.
Bang looking to come in. Here comes your initiation. They're right through.
Oh my God.
Faker Shockwave will find them all. And SKT, with a hell of a response, will take down 4.
Faker Shockwave will find them all. That is one of my favorite best of one games ever.
What's up, guys?
From League of Legends. And obviously, top 10 Faker plays. I never actually have a top 10. I could probably get a top 10, but that's unbelievably one of my favorites, and will always goes to show you're never out of a game. Look how far down they are. They're 10,000 gold down, and you never count out SKT. Never, ever count out SKT, no matter what. And that only leads that their battle against G2 coming up on Sunday is going to be even more spicy. So, yeah, it's one of my favorite moments from League of Legends ever. It just shows that, you know, anything can be possible and nothing is ever set in stone in the game, because the game is obviously so unpredictable at that current point in time. Also, one of my favorite kind of SKT moments, since we're kind of having a, you know, SKT type of thing, bangs, pentakill, with Lucian. Oh my god, watching this game at MSI, guys, you don't even know. This was epic when Fnatic got their
it's right here. And since there's no flank from Fnatic, it's a very difficult fight for them to do. Huni actually just ran out of Meganar. This is SKT's turn to take.
That's right, and take it they do. Huni not too helpful at the moment with that Narbar all the way down. Marin rescuing a bit. Bang comes in as well. Huni has to retreat. Looks like this inhibitor may go down, so both mid inhibitors now.
Hey, shoutouts to
For each team, and SK Telecom just going to back off. Sivir all popped. Are they going to go? Oh, Huni didn't quite get to Bang. Meanwhile, Wolf comes back with a headbutt pulverize. Great equalizer comes down. Rain over, trying to get the back lines, but Bengi with a big absolute zero. Marin is huge, literally, because that wild growth. Huni manages to catch Faker with his ultimate, but Faker back away. Fnatic in big trouble. Double kill for Bang already. Make it a triple kill. And now, SK Telecom, despite that big up for Febiven.
Bang's going in.
Oh, Febiven near Jackson. That's a pentakill, I believe. Yes, it is for Bang and SK Telecom. Can they end it right now? There's no minion wave, not for a few seconds, but they've
There's
got
no
plenty
tanking
of
this
time.
either. No minion wave, no super minions at the base yet. I think they have to hold off.
Oh, they've got
It's
to
30-second death timer.
There's so
That's a
much
super
time.
minion.
There it is, first
a
one.
real super minion. A pentakill and a Baron steal
Are
in
you
the
kidding?
same game.
Are you
This
kidding me?
is a hell of a game.
Well, Fnatic gave SK Telecom a run for their money like nobody else could, but in the end, SKT takes the game. Therefore, GG.
That was one of my favorite moments in League of Legends ever, man. How does this only have 7,000 views? What the heck? How does it only have 7,000 views? Come on, it's crazy. But a few bits of League of Legends news is that Splyce's strategic coach Duke is to explore options for 2020. We already know that Splyce will not be taking place in the LEC in the upcoming year unless something drastically changes, because the Mad Lions will be taking over their spot. He posted on Twitter that he is going to be obviously moving on from Splyce, and he got Splyce to quarterfinals at Worlds, and Splyce were a predominantly known as a late game gatekeeper EU team, so finally they were able to obviously break through that mold. They did have an easy group. Let's not, discredit ourselves here. They did have an easy group, but they were able to get to quarters. They did take a game off SKT, so that's obviously really something prevalent and good. Not a lot of teams can say they do that. Not a lot of NA teams can say they even do that. So that's something obviously as well. And he was an essential part of, Splyce's run. So Duke is exploring options for 2020. I'm not really a big fan of what he tweets personally, but I can't deny that he did help Splyce get to where they need to be. Of course, I don't know where his bias comes from when he says Splyce didn't have an easy group. Delusional pans in a lot of people. Delusion is a sickness that a lot of people just obviously can't handle. And Memento is to explore options for 2020. He was on Schalke and he was on Giants and Rocats before. Yeah, when Giants had HeatQ, and who was that? Giants had Knight and HeatQ. Holy moly, what a team. Back in the day, man, EULCS was lit. Schalke's Memento is going to be exploring options, meaning that he's probably going to have a new team. We know that he kind of deals with issues with like tilt and stuff like that, so that's going to be a problem with that. But I think that for Memento, he would be a pretty good upgrade over some EU junglers right now on certain teams. Like Vitality could use him. I think that if you're having a new jungler from Mad Lions, you want to give him a try. There's some rosters that could use him, and he said he's more hungry than ever to overall compete. So yes, or NA could need a jungler too. Oh, sorry, my goodness, I just drank a Kickstarter and I kind of burped right in the microphone. Holy crap, sorry about that. So even if you're an NA team, you might want to look at this guy, man. This guy is a hidden sleeper. This guy is really, really good. I actually think he's a really good EU jungler. I just don't think that he's really found, that footing yet in terms of actually being that level of player. But, it just happens. What else are we going to be? Yes, I'll actually, to make it up to you guys, I'll watch the duos, perks, and caps again, and then just kind of give my, thoughts and opinions on it. I obviously reacted to it before, but it doesn't count because I can't react to it and then fake a reaction. I'm not that kind of person. But there are people that will do that on YouTube, and that's not me. So we'll watch that later, and I'll just give you my opinions on it, and then Fun Plus and IG, they kind of just break down and give you their thoughts and opinions on the series. This is going to be one of the most exciting series, because the funny thing about this series is that FPX and IG took series off each other in spring and summer. I kind of forgot the rotation of that. But fun fact, IG and Fun Plus have never met each other in LPL playoffs, because the LPL playoff system is crazy. Remember, they have 14 teams in their league, 14 to 16 teams. It's crazy, man, for the LPL. And the fact that they've never faced each other in playoffs is ridiculous. That's because usually they're the top seed, so they can't play. Usually, it's kind of like how the NA system works, except it's a lot more broader. The top teams never face each other. They're on literally opposite sides of the bracket, and then it's other smaller teams who barely made it into playoffs fighting their way up, and then you have your semifinal buys, your quarterfinal buys, and stuff like that. So, Fun Plus versus IG, I'm really excited for both series, SKT and versus G2. And Fun Plus versus IG. These are going to be amazing series, guys. This is going to be two of the most hyped days in League of Legends, man. I cannot wait till these two teams go at it. The Shy, Doinby. Can Doinby make his first World Championship run? Can IG get back to the finals? If IG win Worlds, there'll be one World Championship behind SKT. That would be insane to think about. Or can G2 be the first Western organization to win Worlds? That's just crazy. But can G2 repeat their MSI success and beat SKT at Worlds 2019? It's going to be a lot harder to beat SKT this time around. I mean, we're not going to really discredit SKT, because discrediting SKT is, you just can't do that, you know? Looking at how everything has panned out since MSI, SKT and G2 have went through several changes. G2 has learned a lot since winning MSI. They've kind of, I wouldn't say humbled themselves. I mean, that's not going to happen. But they've learned to be more accepting that they could lose, as we saw in their videos and stuff like that, their interviews. SKT has gone through a lot more than G2. They've played Mata not at any point. Mata's just been a non-factor, and he was their superstar support that they picked up preseason. Remember, he was the superstar. He was the big signing of the team. Not Khan, not Klid. It was Mata who was the big signing, and they don't play him. They don't. Effort is the support. I wouldn't say a star yet. I think Effort can get there, but Effort is really good, and he's had a fantastic tournament. I think that moving forward, they become a lot more faster, because the problem with SKT before is that they weren't really fast. And I know some people have criticized them that they're so kind of slow, but they're a lot faster than what they were before. They're not like extremely fast pace of a team. They understand you have to be faster to things. You have to play more faster comps. That's what I meant by when I said that they're not exactly a fast team, but they can be a fast team if it ever kind of needs to meet that mold. You know what I'm saying? Like, they can do it, and we've seen it in compositions. We've seen it, obviously, from everything that they've showed us. And looking at it right now, Khan is playing a lot better than he did at MSI. It's just weird. He just kind of plays bad at MSIs. It's just weird. I don't understand it. You know, Khan just plays bad at MSIs. It's just weird. Klid's played really well. Klid was the reason why they even made playoffs at MSI, so Klid's fine. He's been playing absolutely amazing. Faker's been stable, I'll say that. Teddy's been pretty good, and Effort's been pretty good. So they have a lot more going for them, obviously, now than they did before. And G2's issue is, how do you overcome them now? Because they can't throw Pike top at them this time. They're gonna SKT will ban, if it goes to game 5, mark my words, SKT will ban Syndra. It's just gonna happen. So it's basically, what can G2 throw at them that they haven't seen yet? Because remember, to beat Korean teams, what I've always said to even my friends is that you need to not play standard, because SKT plays standard, and they're one of the best standard teams ever to exist in League. And with so many of their iterations of their teams, maybe beside that 2017 roster, other than that, you have to kind of factor in that if these Western teams like G2 want to take down SKT again, they're going to have to try something that SKT are not good at. And if it's playing fast and playing flexible champs, go for that. I think that G2 are still more flexible than SKT, because SKT, did I say AT? Oh my god. SKT can be flexible. It's just not in the flexible way you're thinking, but they can do it. This is going to be one of the best of fives all year. This is probably going to be going down in history as one of the best of fives at Worlds, and this is going to be hard. So, can G2 repeat their MSI success and beat SKT at Worlds 2019? This Sunday, one of either the LEC or LCK will be sent home when G2 Esports and SK Telecom T1 go head-to-head in the semifinals. Fun fact, SKT at Worlds have never not made the finals ever since they've came in. If G2 knocked them out, this is the first time Faker's never been to a World Finals if he's been at Worlds. It's crazy, right? Will G2 prove their dominance against SKT once again, or will SKT continue on the warpath to reclaiming their throne? Earlier this year, the two teams faced off in the MSI semifinals. The two teams were evenly matched until G2 pulled ahead in the 5th game. G2 went on to win the tournament and sweep through the LEC Summer Split before Worlds. SKT, however, dropped to 9th place during the LCK Summer Split. They seemed to be in a slump. But beginning in Week 4, the team went on a 9-match win streak to secure a spot in the playoffs. SKT's rise didn't stop there. No pun intended, because they play Rise. Faker played Rise, obviously. They tore through the playoffs to claim first in the region. Now, as the last remaining LCK team, SKT are primed to take over. SKT on edge. The pride of EU, yes. Oh my goodness, let's go. Going into Worlds, SKT were placed into a unexpectedly tough group with Fnatic and Royal Never Give Up, but they still came out on top with a 5-1 record. The wins weren't always one-sided, however, the games were often a contest of which team could gain an edge, especially against RNG. However, proved time and time again they have the superior team fight. Even if SKT fell behind early, they seem to always whittle their way back into the game by outmaneuvering their opponents. Faker has returned to form, tearing up the mid lane and controlling the tempo of the game through roams. Side by side, Clid, the two are a roaming duo that help create space for the rest of their team. Clid alone is arguably one of the biggest reasons for SKT success this World. He's one of the only to apply and enable Faker to move across the map and provides a lot of the setup for the team. Teddy, on the other hand, has essentially been the ideal ADC. His positioning has been immaculate, oftentimes skirting between life and death as he navigates through fights. He's a consistent source of damage that SKT can depend on. Although SKT have had a commanding showing thus far, the team faltered during their quarterfinal series against Splice, where SKT were expected to shine. By Game 3, it seemed like SKT took a step back and lost their proactivity. Splice were able to exert so much pressure in the early game that SKT couldn't come back. Even in Game 4, SKT looked out of sorts and uncoordinated. Ideally, SKT series with Splice should reinvigorate them to perform by the time they face G2. The pride of EU. G2 already topped the LEC standings when they joined the region in 2016. But this year, they've doubled down on their position as the best in the West, 2 LEC titles along with the MSI Championship, and G2 are now on their way to reclaiming a World's title. They showed a moment of weakness against Griffin, which cost them the first seed in their group, but they've otherwise demonstrated their superior map control and glided through just about every other match so far. Even during their difficult series against Damwon Gaming, G2 seemed to always have a plan of attack. Even if their opponent claims a turret, G2 will likely be taking an objective of their own in response. Oh my goodness, why is there so much writing? Yikes! Perks has been the star of G2, enabling them to play just about any style due to his diverse champion pool with options like Yasuo and Zoe. Unfortunately for G2, non-traditional bot lanes have proven to be inferior to traditional lanes, but there's the opportunity to surprise SKT with a sneaky pick from Perks, and Jankos is often one of the leading G2 through the early game with the well-timed tower dives, along with Caps, Wonder, who commonly play pressure lanes. G2 can maintain the lane priority. This allows them to stay ahead, even when their opponents seemingly take a good trade. Where G2 may struggle, however, is in the early game. Their 2 losses against Griffin were both lost early on. Considering SKT have a significantly amped up their early game, this will likely be a point of contention throughout the series. Still, G2 have already beaten SKT in a best of 5. Now it's their time to take a statement by defeating them once again. Oh, it all comes down to this, baby. There's no doubt in my mind that if G2 beat SKT again, they're the best Western team of all time. They'll have beaten SKT twice, they've beaten Griffin, and they beat Damwon. No Western team has ever did that. By beating the top 3 LCK seeds, got a title, and made finals. Worlds and MSI. Nuts. Absolutely insane. But, it's time to otherworldly get ready for these series, and we are going to make sure we are at the helm of the World Championship, and we're going to make sure that we are going to be proud we can watch these teams clash. And for you guys, I'll be reacting to the duos person Caps video before their match. Obviously, that's more extra content for you guys because I obviously messed up the video really bad yesterday. So, yeah, I'm sorry about that. You know, things happen with the audio, but thank you guys for watching. This is Wave of Esports, and I'm the Nightwing, and I'm the Nightwing, and this is Wave of Esports, and I'm signing out. Peace. I'll see you guys later. Have a good day.
Hi there, guys. Be sure to like and subscribe to the channel for more stuff.
Yeah, thank you.